So yes guys, hello and welcome back to the Adam Templeton Triathlete YouTube channel. You joined me this morning, just around 2 weeks after the Aberfeldy mile distance triathlon event, and yeah, DNF. Just now I'm going to give you a quick update on what my training's looked like over the past 2 weeks and my plans for the coming weeks and months, and then also a quick life update as well. So I thought that after the Aberfeldy DNF I'd be able to just brush it off, carry my fitness through and move on to the next one. But to be honest, that just wasn't really how it went. I'd planned to take sort of a break from intervals, efforts and structured training after the event, just to give myself a physical but also mental reset. Yeah, to keep the motivation going and not get too carried away. After the first couple of days of trying to get straight back into it, I realised that wasn't going to work. So I've taken a step back, and yeah, all my training has been base training, endurance effort, pretty much heart rate not seen above 135, 140 across swim, bike and run. Training volume I've kept fairly moderate, sort of high teens hours wise. Of course this is all very specific to the individual athlete. Previous to this I was doing close to 25, even 30-hour weeks sometimes. So yeah, under 20 hours was quite a solid reduction, and all I've been doing is getting up, getting my training done in the morning, typically 2 sessions, either a run and a swim or a bike and a swim, with no real focus other than keeping the legs turning and trying to build the base, looking towards the coming months and even 2025. It may seem rather dramatic, we've hardly even made it to September just yet and I'm signing out for the season, but I've thought about it pretty long and hard, and yeah, I've just felt that the races that are scheduled to be over the next weekend or the next couple of weekends, I'd be more so doing them just chasing my tail, not really being prepped going into them. And yes, if they were to go well, it would be great, but I just feel mentally that if I was to go to them and not perform well, I'd end up just questioning why I went in the first place, when I could have been doing more just sort of general training, looking forward further than just the next week, looking towards the next few months. Motivation wise, yeah, it was pretty low after Aberfeldy as well. Another reason why I've just stuck to base training. Of course, mindset plays a massive role in any sport, and it's incredibly crucial in endurance sports. If you're not there mentally, physically it can be very hard to get going and try and achieve what you set out to do in specific workouts. So yeah, all this base training, however, has made me notice that my aerobic level is in a really good place. I'm talking to you just now to the camera, and I'm pushing watts that, sort of looking back 6 months to 12 months, yeah, everything's just shifted up a little level at that sort of base endurance phase, which is really good to see. And it's at a time when I'm not fatigued, the training load is low, so yes, I'm fresher, but my heart rate isn't going wild either. I'm able to hold and maintain some decent power at an aerobic level, talking away to you here, but without doing a massive amount of specific training trying to lift that. So that's another big positive. Although, looking at sort of the fitness pyramid, where you have your base endurance at the bottom, yeah, any work sort of around threshold or above threshold isn't that much higher. I'm back in the same predicament that I was, yeah, a couple of years ago, where the base is in a brilliant place, even tempo, but anything above, sort of touching threshold, over threshold, yeah, that's not as high as it should be. After having loaded up the inner motivation fire with plenty of base training coal, I'm now looking towards my plan for the next few weeks and months, and I think that focusing on that cycling threshold capacity is the best area for me to work on first. So yeah, training wise for that, my plan is to do an FTP test, which I'm going to try and get it set up so I'm doing it live on YouTube next week. Let me know in the comments if that's something that you want to see. Probably on, what will that be, Saturday the 7th of September, I'll attempt that one. And yeah, I've also been thinking about whether to do it on the TT bars or just sitting up. I think, to be honest, I'll just do it sitting up, even though it's not really specificity, because we're now moving into a winter block. Transitioning from sitting up to the TT bars, I'd say takes me no more than like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So yeah, I'm not going to be too worried about doing that at the moment, and just trying to put as much power through the pedals as possible. Again, as I've just mentioned there, my base endurance at the moment is really good, but to be honest, I'd say when I've done a 20-minute FTP test in the past, I think my best was around 290 watts for the 20 minutes. I really don't know if I'd be able to hold that at the moment, but I guess that's what the training's for. We can find and draw a line in the sand, then work on that over 8, 10, 12 weeks, building properly, no silly hero sessions, just yeah, working through the gears, trying to get better. Having only done base training over, yeah, nearly 2 weeks now, my gauge for how much I can hold for 20 minutes I think is going to be a wee bit off. So this coming week, all I'm going to focus on doing is just a couple of 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute efforts, trying to gauge and dial in what I think I could hold for those 20 minutes, just so I'm not going in setting a 10-minute power PB and then absolutely falling off a cliff for the second half. Alongside the swim, bike and run training, I'm going to try and introduce more consistent strength work in the gym. Previously what I've been doing is sort of working in like 10 to 15 rep range, just keeping everything, yeah, just stable for training and racing. But now with a wee bit more time, I'll probably bring it down, or bring the rep range down more to like 3, 4, 5 reps with longer rest in between each set, trying to build that overall strength for the coming season. I done that last year and I felt it really helped. Again, being ill sort of early May time and then getting injured over the past couple of months, that's not been great. So yeah, a big focus is build that early season strength and try and carry it through for the entire season. The training process and week to week workouts as I'm trying to build my FTP, I will try and document on the YouTube channel. So if you are new here, be sure to hit the subscribe button and notification bell just to stay updated for when I do bring new content, hopefully weekly, to the YouTube channel as I try to build my FTP to the next level. In just a few weeks time, however, my availability for training and training schedule is going to see quite a drastic change. One thing that I'd not properly announced on the channel just yet was that, going back about 4 weeks now, I'd got invited to a job interview, and because I've completed my university degree, I'm ready to take on the next step into the big bad world of full-time work. The interview went really well. A couple of days later, I got an email back saying, "Congratulations Adam, we liked what you had to offer. Would you want to come and join us as a graduate cloud operations engineer?" This is something that I'm really proud of. The graduate scheme itself is 2 years long, and it just gives me something else to focus on that is associated with my degree, something to work towards, rather than just my 16 hours at good old IKEA. The biggest change with this new role, however, is that I'm actually going to be moving all the way down to Newcastle. So I'm not just going to be starting a full-time job for the first time. I'm moving into a rental property, which thank goodness I get sorted just a couple of days ago. Staying on my own, living in a new location. It's going to be all change. It will be a very difficult transition at first, but in the long run I'm quite excited just to try and have a new focus for training where it's less about throwing as much volume to the wall and seeing what sticks, and more about trying to optimise my time, trying to work out, okay, we don't have time for a 4-hour endurance ride setting off at 8 o'clock in the morning and then coming back and sitting about all day. But how can I manage my time to still have the endurance, still build my fitness gradually without burning myself out? It'll be very interesting to say the least. The YouTube channel, I definitely want to keep going. I feel that it's a great tool for accountability for myself. Of course, like, I'm talking to the camera just now in my YouTube voice. Like you play a bit of a character. It's very difficult not to do that. But if I tell myself, okay, it's going to be 1 upload per week, be that a bike workout, be that a new run route, be that some sort of challenge, I'll need to be fresh enough to do that. If I'm turning on the camera and I'm completely exhausted, I'll only have myself to blame. So consistency with the videos, trying to grow this little community that we've got, is really a big goal of mine over the entirety of my graduate programme experience for the next couple of years. Building that consistently, and like I've just said, growing the community that we've got here. That's definitely one thing that I want to say thank you for, is all the kind comments and messages from the Aberfeldy DNF video. With the video that I put out, of course there wasn't much to it, but I just like trying to show as much of my story as possible. I'm not sharing a video like that trying to fish for comments. I just want to show that not everything always goes to plan, and it is tough. We're not elite athletes, we're not the best in the world, we're not fighting for podiums at every race, but it does mean a lot to us. And yeah, just the process of trying to look at it from a different angle, take learnings from it, and evolve as an athlete and as a person. Yeah, thanks a lot for all the kind comments and motivation it's gave me. And yeah, it may seem over dramatic saying that I'm writing off the rest of the season just now, but I just feel it's best for me mentally, and will give me a chance to rebuild properly. Probably in a couple of months' time, I'll look for a new local running race down sort of Newcastle way. Just try and, yeah, show the new locals who's the sheriff of the town. But yeah, for the time being, base training, focus on the bike, technique in the pool, and consistency on the run. Goals for the 2025 season, again, are very vague at the moment. I think that I probably will sign up for Etap Loch Ness again. On the lead in into that one, I'll probably try and sign up for a local cycling club down in Newcastle, because that is my biggest flaw, is just riding in a pack, sitting close to the wheel on front, not letting them get away. So I need to definitely be working on that if I want to go back to Loch Ness with any hopes of improving. Beyond that, I definitely want to try and race a long distance triathlon abroad, somewhere that the water is warmer than 15 degrees and you can come out of the swim, yeah, aware, rather than being absolutely freezing and shivering. I don't think I would explore as far as sort of the Asian events like the T100 Singapore. Just, that's a long way to go, but maybe something in Spain. Again, I was maybe looking at 70.3 Valencia, 70.3 Mallorca. Yeah, something fairly early season, like early May. I know that would be close to a tap, but yeah, sort of within that range, just to get a solid race in the books. I see myself doing a full distance next year, or even for a couple of years. It's just, that is a different beast. I'm still trying to work out how to truly race the 70.3 middle distance event, and yeah, the Ironman realistically would be more of a survival test still. Who knows, my mindset might change in the next few months, but yeah, I don't see that happening. Another focus for 2025 is just to try and get myself on more start lines, even the shorter distance events, 5Ks, 10Ks, maybe a half marathon in there. Yeah, in 2023, that's what I done. I just went in and trained through races, just, yeah, put my name down on absolutely everything. But with sort of a switch in focus leading into 2024, feeling that, okay, I can be more competitive at the front of these races, but I need to be super fit coming in. I don't know if that was more detrimental to my performance. So yeah, the start of the year, finishing off my university degree, that wasn't great for me. It was a tough time to get through, and I struggled to focus mentally within that period, but got through it. Didn't do much racing at that time. Then, yep, after the tap, becoming incredibly ill, that didn't help either. Looking forward from that, we then had the Northumbrian, which of course went incredibly well, but I had to dig very deep for that one, and it took a good couple of weeks to recover again. From that point, running wise, I've been carrying a little niggle, a little injury at some point for a good while now. Just not in the same spot, it's been moving about. Right knee, right hip. I feel at the moment I'm just trying to get through that, but that definitely hindered my motivation for just chucking in random full gas efforts on a start line when I knew I had the big events later on in the weeks and months of the year. I would also love to travel abroad again, not even for racing, just for training for the same sort of 6-7 days that I've done this year. That was quite an experience, and yeah, I'd be happy enough going to exactly the same place, or maybe exploring somewhere else, somewhere a bit more out there, maybe closer to south of France, north of Italy, Alps kind of region, down in Girona. I know it'll be quite expensive there, but yeah, just to build that experience and train at an international scale. I'd say that's enough said. This video is probably going to be about 25 minutes long, but I thought I'd just share absolutely everything with you, and yeah, keep you up to date with what's going on. Looking at the workout I'm doing just now, I'm going to start in 20 minutes to do some 1 minute efforts. Again, gauging the 1 minute efforts to try and think about what I could hold for this 20-minute test in around a week's time. So definitely above threshold, but more so focusing on heart rate and RPE as opposed to the specific power number. I'll crack on with these ones and then update you with how it went. And there we have it. On screen just now is the final effort of the 1 minute on, 1 minute off section of the workout, and yeah, it went pretty well. I surprised myself a wee bit there, sort of holding in around 320 watts or so average for the reps. Heart rate, I thought would have responded a little bit quicker. Yesterday when I was on the run, I did chuck in a few strides, and yeah, when my heart rate is sort of that twitchy way where it'll spike up really quickly, that's when I know I'm fresh. On this one here, you can see as I started to put in a final surge right at the end there, it did start to climb over that 170 BPM sort of range. Typically before, like earlier this year, I seen 190 BPM, but recently, like, if I'm touching 180, that's maximum. Of course, the power here, that was definitely over what I'll be holding for the FTP test, but it's a good starter gauge anyway. I'm going to continue on with this ride here. Even though the weather is glorious outside today, the reason I am on Zwift is after the crash, of course it was drivetrain side that I crashed on, and once again the rear derailleur has seen better days on my bike. I'm thinking it's just the pulley wheel cage, but I'll need to hurry up and get that in the shop just to see what the damage actually is. So yeah, I'll continue on here, probably aim for about 3 hours. If you're wanting a more in-depth breakdown of my workouts, be sure to give me a follow on the socials, Strava and Instagram. If you did enjoy this one, be sure to hit the like button. If you're new around here, again, press subscribe below to keep up with the rest of my training, and as I start the next chapter of my life down in Newcastle. Thanks for watching, I'll catch you in the next one.